Now, alternating current lesson 6 is a small theory. Is very interesting and is good for your school examination. Important. We'll be discussing and deriving in detail, and I'll explain you word by word what is the mean or average value of alternating current. When I began the chapter alternating current, I had explained you this diagram. To this axis is time, to this axis is current. That is your household current in your household, where all your electrical appliances like your fridge, your refrigerator, your air conditioner, they all work on alternating current. Alternating current can be transmitted from one place to a large distance at relatively low cost. There is not much loss of energy. And look at the diagram at this point. At t is equal to 0, I is equal to 0. As this is increasing, time is increasing, the value of this current is increasing. Look, it is increasing. It becomes maximum here. This maximum value is called I naught. And then it starts decreasing. Here it becomes 0. From here to here the time is called t by 2. Then at this point, this changes the direction. Magnitude changes continuously. Magnitude changes, you cannot say continuously, magnitude changes, but the direction changes every t by 2. From here to here is t by 2. Now the direction changes. The current increases in the opposite direction. Here it becomes maximum, then reduces to 0, and the total time is t. So if you look at the whole cycle from here to here, the amount of current on the positive side is this much, and the same amount on the negative side. Means this area is same thing as this area. This is on the positive side, this is on the negative side. Means if you consider the whole cycle, if you consider the average value of alternating current over the complete cycle from here to here is 0, because we have the same amount on the positive side and the same amount on the negative side. Then while discussing this, we'll find out its average value for half a cycle from 0 to t by 2. Instead of like this, what average value will send you the same charge in a circuit as is done by this alternating current. The definition will be clear in the long run. When we will arrive at the final expression, it will be clear here, the definition. There is no need to remember the definition. Let us begin. Let I is equal to I naught sin omega t, the alternating current. We know I is equal to dq by dt, how the charge is changing with respect to time, or you say I is equal to q by t. If it is changing, dq by dt, right? Now, by cross multiplying this, we get dq is equal to I dt. Dq is dt, right? If dt is very, very small, if you consider a very, very small interval here, and you move up, the current during that small interval is almost constant. Let me explain this part. The strength of the current can be considered constant if dt is very, very small. Let me draw another diagram for you. Suppose this is your alternating current. Here you take a very small interval dt, and if you move up, the I here is almost constant. For a small interval, I is constant. If you consider a large interval, let's say from here to here, then the current is increasing. If you consider a very small interval dt, then the current can be considered as a constant. So that is the meaning. So if dt is very, very small, then the strength of the current can be considered as a constant. Now let me take the pencil. Now, due to this small charge dq sent through a circuit in time dt is equal to I into dt. So, therefore, the total charge sent by this current, which is I naught sine omega t in a circuit in time t by 2 will be how much? This is the small charge sent in time dt. So, what will be the charge sent in time t by 2 by such a current? So, if you will get it by integrating this. So the total charge q sent by such a current in a circuit in time capital T by 2 will be integration of this dq. For dq I put I dt. So for I put I naught sine omega t dt from 0 to t by 2. Now let me close the door. There is some noise from outside. Okay. Hardly I lost 30-40 seconds. Okay, fine. So this is the small charge sent through a circuit in time dt due to such a current. Now such a current which is alternating, how much charge it will send through a circuit in time 0 to t by 2. So we will get it by integrating it. So q is equal to integration of dq, integration of I dt. So for I put I naught sine omega t from 0 to t by 2. So I naught is a constant taken out, 0 to t by 2 sine omega t dt. The integration of sine omega t is equal to minus cos omega t by omega from 0 to t by 2. You might be wondering how this is equal to this. I will explain at the end of the lecture. Now, so omega is a constant taken out, minus I naught over omega cos omega t from 0 to t by 2. So this is the limit of integration from 0 to t by 2. Here the variable is t. So the upper limit of t is this, the lower limit of t is 0. That is from 0 to t by 2. So this becomes minus I naught omega. For here I put t by 2. For here t I put 0, a subtraction. So cos 0 into this thing is cos 0. Cos 0 is equal to 1. And now, so this becomes I naught minus I naught omega cos omega is, we know, 2 pi by t into t by 2, t cancels, 2 cancels, so I am left with minus I naught over omega cos pi minus 1. And what is the value of cos pi? Cos pi is equal to minus 1. Cos pi is equal to minus 1. So cos pi is equal to minus 1. So I put the value of cos pi minus 1. So this becomes minus 2 minus into minus plus. So plus 2i by omega is the charge. Means if that alternating current, if this alternate current is flowing in a circuit in time t by 2, how much charge it will send through the circuit? That charge q is equal to 2i naught by omega. Means whatever is its maximum value, I naught, that into 2 divided by omega. This is the amount of charge the alternating current will send through a circuit in capital T by 2, in T by 2. Now the question is, which constant current? Let that constant current is Im. This is the question. Now the question is, which constant current will send the same charge, this same charge, in the same circuit in time t by 2. That constant current will be called the mean value of this alternating current. Means when this alternating current is flowing through a circuit, it is sending some amount of charge through the circuit in capital time in t by 2. Now if this alternating current is not flowing through that, if that alternating current is not flowing through that circuit, then which constant current, when allowed to flow through that circuit, will send the same charge in the same time t by 2? That constant current is called the mean value or the average value of this alternating current, right? So So now the question is, suppose this constant current sends this charge in time t by 2. So let us find out how much is this mean current. Let Im is the mean or average current. This current which will send the same charge in time t by 2. We know I is equal to q over t. So cross multiplying q is equal to it. If this constant is sending the same charge, therefore for q I can substitute 2I naught by omega. 2I naught by omega is equal to I mean into t by 2. Now therefore I mean is equal to 2 comes here, becomes 4I naught, t comes here, omega t. So now omega is 2 pi by t cancels, and 2 cancels with this. So 2I naught over pi times the maximum value of the alternating current this is that constant current which will send the same charge 2I naught by omega in the circuit in time t by 2. Therefore I mean is equal to 2 by pi times I naught. Now if you divide this with a calculator, using a calculator taking pi is equal to 22 by 7, and this comes out to be 0.637 times I naught. So if you write in a percentage manner, this will be 63.7% of the maximum current. If 63.7% of the maximum current is passed through the circuit, it will send the same charge. Therefore mean value is equal to this much of the peak value. Now then you might have wondered here how this integration of sine omega t with respect to dt is minus cos omega t by omega. Let me explain. Now integration of sine omega t with respect to dt is minus cos omega t. How it is so? Very simple. Let omega t is equal to theta. So I write theta on the left hand side, so theta is equal to omega t. So theta is depending on t because omega is constant, so I can differentiate. Therefore d theta over dt, differentiation of theta with respect to t, because theta is depending on t. For theta I substitute omega is a constant taken out, dt over dt. How this is 1, so I am left with omega. Now I cross multiply these two to get dt is equal to d theta over omega. So this expression, integration of sine omega t dt, how it is this left hand side, for omega t I can write theta because I have considered omega t as theta. So integration of sine theta. And for dt I can write d theta over omega. Now it is simple. So this is 1 over omega is a constant, is taken out. So I am left with integration of sine theta d theta, and this is a standard integration, is equal to minus cos theta. So minus 1 over omega cos omega t. For theta I can substitute omega t because that I had considered initially. So is equal to minus cos omega t over omega. So that is clear. Similarly, in the next lesson we will do alternating the way we did the mean or average value of alternating current. In the next lesson we will find out the mean or average value of alternating voltage.